there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be the final war of this alliance season. I'm not entirely sure if I will be uploading all of the wars during the next season, but we're gonna get there. However, this is time to properly finish out the season. New Nation actually has had relatively stable and good performances, but we're not doing too well in the season. And if we want to squeeze in the top 10 Masters, we absolutely have to win this one. If we lose this one, I think we might actually fall out of Masters. So it's a very, very tense situation here. And PBT are our opponents, and they are definitely very capable and very strong as well. This was a very tight war. So I'm going to be using Cassie Lang, Dr. Doom, and Nick Fury, just like I did in the previous war. And this time I'm going to start on Path 1 in Section 1. I'm going to deal with that Korg. For most part, there's nothing too much to worry about using Doom against Korg. It's the fastest thing in the world. Except this Korg has insane regen, so you really do want to be nullifying all of them regens, because we're going to see it in a second, where the Korg is a healthy boy. Right, so we're going to boost up as we normally do. And this time around, I'm actually the first one, I think, pretty much doing all the fighting in my battle group. And I'm just going to cut through the entire map because I wanted to get this war out of the way early, just so I can say that I have finished the season. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to stress whether I'm going to have the Deathless season or not. And, you know, just sit back, kick, and relax, and don't stress about, you know, our rest of the performance too much or the opponents. So, that said, here we can see that Dr. Doom is nullifying that personal space regeneration quite well. Here I do want to push the Korg past 2 bars of power and also get rid of the rock stacks, obviously. So now that I have done that, we're going to go for the level 3. And obviously Doom's level 3 and is quite chunky, animation-wise and the Fury-wise that you get afterwards. And now we're just going to go for the Doom loop. We're going to nullify a whole bunch of things. Here I make a mistake, because I nullified a bit too much and I accidentally pushed myself to 3 bars of power. Now I'm eating level 3 to the face, which is not awesome. But obviously it's Korg and it's Dr. Doom, so we're not going to take too much damage from it. But this was definitely one of those situations where, you know, I just pushed myself a bit too far. There's too much to nullify. That's fine. Just stupid potions again. This was actually a very expensive season to me. But I also did the second most fights in my battle group. So far I did 2 boss skills as well. And obviously there was some learning curve involving Cassie for me too. So, here we go. The long shot. This long shot is going to be unblockable the entire fight. And I just basically need to get used to it. But now I'm much more comfortable fighting long shot. I also did the long shot boss in the previous war. And I think this is like the 4th time I deal with this long shot specifically on this placement. So the key is that dash back in middle of the special one, because then you can immediately counter him. You don't need to try to intercept, and it just makes the fight a lot more controlled. And here we can see that even though Conflictor occasionally does, no, it's not Conflictor, it's Masochism. Even though Masochism occasionally does eat up my power stings, and even though I did make a mistake here, the fight's going perfectly fine. And again, unfortunately lost my power stings there. So this isn't the fastest I could have done this fight, but I feel in pretty much no danger here playing with Cassie. Getting those power things on, getting some 10-11 power things on long shot's always quite easy. He's regening a bit, despite the Despair Mastery due to increased regen rate that they have here. But slowly but surely he's down to like 15% health now. And we are just putting in work. So I'm activating another level 1 to knock him down. Go, I have the 11 power thing still. And he just goes bye-bye. So 1 minute 20, not super fast, not super slow, but yeah, the Masochism definitely messed up with me there a little bit. Now on path 4, I'm going to be dealing with the Spider Ham, and we got Nick Fury for that. Obviously, Nick Fury is very safe here, because you have to mess up a lot to get completely KO'd and then KO'd again, right? And I'm going to be knocking him down as soon as I get 1 bar of power, not to give him too many charges. That also gives me the unblockable. Not that I really need it here. I can just parry heavy as well to get rid of any of the debuffs that I would have gotten on me had I stayed close to him. I got one of the inner bleeds on the piggy just so it can work in the background. Now, again, I'm just going to go for a full combo here with a light finisher and knock him down, beautify all the debuffs on me. With that gone blockable, take away his unblockability. And yeah, Nick Fury is very, 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 very good against Piggy, without a doubt. So, perfectly ventless fight. Went exactly as planned, which is precisely what you want in Alliance Wars. Now we're going to go up against Claire, and I'm going to use Cassie. Now this fight is going to be a bit different. She is going to be the unblockable pretty much the entire fight. And it is going to be also quite fast-paced here. So we're going to see that I push her. I want to bait out at level 1. And I didn't notice at the start that Power Sting debuff on myself. And I'm going to activate a special attack here, and I'm going to be like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I kind of decided just to, play without my special attacks, which is perfectly doable with Cassie as well. And we can see that, we are dealing with Claire perfectly fine. We are stacking up more power stings. We got 19 now. And yeah, she's going down very fast. Another heavy charge, 24, sweet. So yeah, I kind of forgot about the power sting, just a tiny bit. Which again, just like eating that level 3 with Doom, can take a bit of healing up. So now I have done with my regular section fights. I have a couple of mini bosses to tend to. First we're going to go with this Ebony Maw with the bubble shield and scared stiff nodes. So I'm going to heal up my Cassie a wee bit. And this Ebony Maw I have done several times as well. I think I will maybe mess up slightly at some point in this fight, but again, this is one of those fights where I definitely feel comfortable now. So we knock him down already, 10 power stings, we got the slow, we got the withers, everything's fine. We're going to finish combo with the light to get that poison on. And now we can go in for another heavy attack to get even more power stings, so now we're up to 16. And here I did get tagged like once because he doesn't want to throw his special, which kind of annoyed me. Fine. Never go for a full combo and a level 1, and I think this puts him at 2 bars of power. Yep. So I'm just gonna end up blocking that level 2 because I can dex it, but I'd rather not. And here I made the mistake. I started charging my heavy attack as I got rooted, so I'm gonna get hit twice again. But Inequity and Cassie being tanky were perfectly fine. Unfortunately, I do end up getting that falter on me, which I'm, just waiting out during the special attack and immediately get the knockdown, so it's fine. So this isn't the most pitch perfect Ebony Maw fight, but I still felt pretty much at control the entire time in the fight. And we're still at 90% health, and Ebony Maw is already nearly down with 3% health, 24 power stings, and yeah, nothing too crazy. So again, just a little bit of mistakes, but such is life at times. Now I need to go and deal with this Wong as well. So it's hazard shift, stun immunity, and obviously anytime you see stun immunity and some other limiting nodes is a good placement for Wong. But this fight is kind of like a non-starter for Cassie. Now here I did get intercept. Well, I missed my intercept, but Cassie's away. It kind of saved me. And the rest of the fight is going to be pretty much perfectly fine. So I'm going to drop another heavy attack, which is sweet. I'm going to charge my heavy here. I'm going to chain my special one into my heavy attack to get the taunt on to make the fight even a bit more predictable. Now at this point, the only thing that I really need to look at and worry about in this fight is to check whether Wong's charges ever reach past 90 or closing into the 100 in order to avoid the detonation damage. But I actually think that Cassie would probably ignore the detonation damage. I'm not super sure on it, but there's like a 50-50 chance that Cassie ignores or decay attackers ignore Wong's detonation damage in this meta as well. So here, again, bait out a heavy attack because he's slowed, so I do not need to worry about the unstoppable. Activate the level 1, and he's just effectively killing himself slowly but surely. Drop another heavy attack. You can see that Mr. Wong has 27 power stings on him. I finish combo with light, get that poison on to make my debuffs last longer, go for another level 1. And yeah, as soon as he activates special attack, which is right now, he takes 40k burst from the power stings, and he dead. This was still, well, when I did my fights, it wasn't like a tense war, because obviously the war had barely started. This fight's gonna be a bit messy though. I have done Adam Warlock here like twice now. And yeah, this fight's gonna be a bit messy with Dr. Doom. You can see that in a second. And I think that's kind of normal how this fight goes for Dr. Doom. I saw a video of my teammate doing it, and his fight looked a bit prettier than mine, pretty much always. But Adam Warlock can be a little bit of a wiener on these ones. And initially, whilst you can nullify him, you know, it's fine. But then when he starts to get his sovereignty buffs, it kind of goes annoying very fast. Right, so I got to my level 3, which is perfectly fine. Now we're gonna do some significant amount of damage. And initial parts of this fight always go fine. It's just closing out this fight is quite hard. And there I got quite lucky, because it didn't get back to level 1. And I wanted to get to level 3, and I hope to intercept there with Striker, which isn't happening. So I activated my level 2. At least, you know, he didn't have the Incinerate immunity on at the time. Now I activate on level 1, but do get smacked with this level 2 here now. But he did trigger his buffs that pretty much immediately expired. Now I go for a level 2 of my own just to avoid the falter. And the level 2 did no damage, because obviously he has the energy resistance buff, so he's Incinerate immune currently. And here I accidentally tap his pod, but we get out of the stun quickly enough. And we can see that his health bar just is not going down. It's like, come on, give me a break, dude. And now, finally, he's at like 2%, and I get an intercept and finish out. Adam Warlock is sneakily good placement there, because it is quite a tricky fight to finish out when he starts entering his pods, and then meanwhile starts gaining the power, and his buffs expire quite frequently. Very good placement. But that was it for my Alliance War season. Actually, this entire season, somehow, miraculously, I finished Deathless, which was awesome. I had the second most fights in my BG, did 2 boss fights, and finished the season Deathless. And this war was actually extremely tense, with 2 deaths apiece in between PBT and New Nation. And it was looking like it's going to go down to time. Luckily for us, they died at the end, and it wasn't a race for time. We were ahead on time, I think, but it would have been close. But yeah, PBT definitely played extremely well. Unfortunately, in the end, you know, they gave away death. So we did manage to get a win in the last war. And this actually secured us a top 10 position in Masters, which, you know, is fine. Which is kind of like our minimum baseline expectation of the season playing for New Nation. So thankfully, somehow we managed to squeeze back in top 10. This was very interesting season. Let me know how did your season go, guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about